The next section that we are going to take a look at is continuing with quadratics. However, we are going to look at word problems. The first focus that we're going to take a look at are area problems. Well, to know and understand area problems, we need to recognize the formula for area. And we are always going to be working with rectangles and squares. So the formula for area of a rectangle or a square is area equals length times width. So if we apply that and keep that in mind, then setting up and solving these problems is very repetitive. Let's take a look at number 1. Given the diagram below, find the value of x if the area of the rectangle is 78 square meters. Now, what's important here is that we need to see the setup. Okay, I know that you could guess and check numbers because we're working with integers of 78, but we want to see the setup and the application of quadratics. You are going to have to submit your work with these concept checks, so the work is needed in order to get the full credit. So let's think about it. Area equals length times width. It doesn't matter which one is my length and which one is my width, but these are my two dimensions. So area is equal to length times width. Do we know the value of A? We do. They gave it to us in this particular problem. It is 78. So I'm going to go and erase that A, and I'm going to replace it with the 78. Now, we've learned 5 different methods for solving quadratics throughout this unit. We've solved by graphing, we've solved using square roots, completing the square, factoring, quadratic formula. Quadratic formula works for everything. I will give you a little hint. You are going to be able to solve all of these problems by factoring. When we solve by factoring, your quadratic needs to be set equal to 0. So let's distribute on the right to start with to get rid of our parentheses. And then let's set our quadratic equal to 0. So let's bring that 78 over. So I'm left with 0 equals x squared plus 7x subtract 78. Like I said, we can factor all of these. So I have a trinomial. I do not have a greatest common factor. My leading coefficient is 1. So I need to come up with 2 numbers that when multiplied equal negative 78 and when added equal positive 7. So I think about my factors of 78. I know I've got 1 in 78. I know 78 is divisible by 2 because it's even. So what do I multiply by 2 to get 78? And that is 39. To see if it's divisible by 3, the rule for divisibility of 3, add your digits together. 7 plus 8 is 15. Because 15 is divisible by 3, then 78 is divisible by 3. So 3 and do a little long division over here. 2 times 3 times 26. Okay, to see if it's divisible by 4. The rule for 4 is just check the last 2 digits. Well, it's only a 2-digit number. 38 is not divisible by 4. It is not divisible by 5 because it doesn't end in a 5 or a 0. I do know that it's divisible by 6 because it's divisible by 2 and 3. So how many 6s are in 78? Looks like 13. And it's not divisible by 7. It's not divisible by 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, or 13. Or it is 13. So let's see, which of these pairs is going to get me to 7? Well, my product is negative 78. So that means one of my numbers has to be negative. My sum is positive. So my smaller number is going to be negative. And I can see that my last pair is how I'm going to get to positive 7. Didn't leave myself very much room here. Let's go back up top. So my factors then are x minus 6 times x plus 13 equal to 0. And then we use our zero product property and we set each of those factors equal to 0. So x minus 6 is equal to 0 and x plus 13 is equal to 0. Well, what subtract 6 is equal to 0? That is 6. And what add 13 is equal to 0? That is negative 13. As I look at this situation, x represents the length of a side of the rectangle. We cannot have a negative length. So negative 13 does not make sense for this situation. So x equals 6 is the only possible value. I'm going to read back through the directions quick because these change on each of the problems. It says find the value of x. Sometimes they're going to ask for dimensions, but in this case they want the value of x. So the only possibility is 6, and our unit here is meters. So x equals 6 meters. All right, question number 2, very similar, except this one asks find the dimensions. So I want you to hit pause and work through this one the best that you can, and then bring it back. When we set up our formula, length times width, x times x minus 3 is equal to our area of 108. I distributed my x to get x squared minus 3x, and I brought my 108 over to set it equal to 0. So now I think about what two numbers, when multiplied, equal negative 108, and when added equal a negative 3. My two numbers are negative 12 and positive 9. So I solve each of those pieces. Okay, what minus 12 is equal to 0? That is 12. What plus 9 is equal to 0? That's negative 9. Again, x stands for the length of a side of a rectangle, and we cannot have a negative. So the only possibility here is x equals 12. But remember, the question said find the dimensions. So if x is 12, and I plug 12 in, that means my dimensions are going to be 12 meters for this side. And then when I plug it in on my other side, 12 subtract 3 is 9 meters. We can either write 9 meters by 12 meters or 12 meters by 9 meters. Let's take a look at number 3. Find the dimensions of the rectangle below if the area is 128 square feet. Same idea. Area is 128, length times width. So now I'm going to multiply x minus 1 times x plus 7 and set it equal to my area of 128. I have a binomial times a binomial. Earlier this year, we learned to multiply binomials. We use the FOIL method or the box method, whichever one is fine with me. So if I think FOIL method, firsts, x times x is x squared. Outers, x times 7 is 7x. Inners, negative 1 times x is minus 1x. Lasts, negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. And then I'm going to simplify that, combine my like terms. So I end up with x squared, 7x subtract 1x is 6x, minus 7 equals 128. In order to factor it, I need to set it equal to 0, so let's bring the 128 over. And that's a common mistake students will make. They'll forget to set it equal to 0, so make sure you do that each time. All right, x squared plus 6x minus 135 equals 0. Okay, I'd like you to hit pause and see if you can finish that problem. We had to come up with factors that when multiplied together equal negative 135 and added equal positive 6. Hopefully you found that's positive 15 and negative 9, which makes my solutions x equals negative 15 and x equals 9. Again, a negative value of x does not make sense, so the only possibility is x equals 9. The directions asked me to find the dimensions. Okay, so I plug my value of 9 into each of the missing sides. 9 plus 7 is 16. 9 minus 1 is 8. So 8 feet by 16 feet. All right, number 4, super similar to number 3. Hit pause and work through that one. This one asked for the value of x. Hopefully you got x equals 12 inches. If you didn't, hit pause to compare my work with your work. Let's take a look at number 5. The length of a rectangular garden is 4 meters more than its width. The area of the rectangle is 60 meters. Find the dimensions of the garden. They didn't give us a drawing here, so let's make our own drawing. I'm a visual person, and I think a lot of you are as well, even if you don't admit it. The length of the garden is 4 meters more than its width. Do I know the width? The answer to that is no, so I'm going to call my width x. The length is 4 meters more. So does that mean I'm adding 4 or multiplying by 4? Hopefully you said adding. X plus 4. And the area is equal to 60 square meters. Find the dimensions. All right, hit pause and work through that. You should have found that the dimensions are 6 meters by 10 meters. If you're not sure where that came from, hit pause and compare our work. Take a moment to work through question 6. Hit pause, then come back to check. Okay, you should see that you get a solution of 9 meters by 3 meters.